With the 2006 season about to get underway, and with it bringing many rule changes from the size of the engines to the tyres to even this new reverse grid qualifying format, there's a lot to talk about in the run-up to this season from all sorts of leading figures in the sport.
Bernie, yes. What did you think of qualifying? Are you happy with that?
Yeah. As I sort of introduced it, I have to be happy, but everybody else is happy, which is more important.
Do you think there'll be any fine-tuning of it, or are you going to stick with that?
No, I think, well, no, it's okay as it is. It does what we want.
Really super. I like it a lot. I criticized it a bit before because I thought it's too complicated, but whoever did it, well done. It's good improvement.
I mean, I will try everything to be in the end of the race in the best position I can, for sure. In the start, it's important to do a good start. Try to pull away from the others. We'll try to do the best I can. For sure, the race is long. Our competitor is very strong, but I think we are quite competitive to fight for the victory.
It's the first race of the season, you know. I think it's a free-for-all in the way it should be. So yeah, hopefully it's going to be a straightforward race, and it's going to be very exciting.
Now, are you looking over your shoulder at anybody, or literally just forward? Do you think you can win this race?
Yeah, definitely. We've got a quick car. We've shown that here in testing, and it's very consistent. So that's the important thing around this circuit, especially in these conditions. I think the Renault will be strong over Alonso, and you can't count out Juan Pablo or the Ferraris. So.
But soon, all the questions that you have about Formula One and the competitiveness of the different teams are going to be answered. Well, as you can see, we have a beautiful day here in the Gulf for the first round of the 2006 World Championship. Building very much on the success of the first two races here, the organisers have put on a fantastic weekend, helped, it has to be said, by some scintillating track action, particularly in the new qualifying format that we had yesterday. In Everdrill, when the 5 lives go off, we'll be racing here 57 laps. And the 2006 Formula One World Championship begins now! Out of the final corner comes Fernando Alonso. He wins the first round of the 2006 World Championship.
Here we are in the blistering heat of the Persian Gulf, and this is the Bahrain Grand Prix. Formula One's popularity knows no bounds. They may not have had any home teams or drivers here, but our Arabian hosts are still big fans. Whether it's horses, camels or F1 cars, Bahrain certainly loves its racing. The Formula One Roadshow has truly arrived in the Middle East, and we're all set for a real sizzler. This is race day in the desert. Conditions are just about perfect here today. Clear skies and perfect temperatures on and off the track. The forecast is also good, and we expect it to stay like this for the whole race.
Okay, hey guys, it's PSL here, and I'm here for the first part in the 2006 reverse grid race season, where we're taking the normal season, but we're just reversing the real life qualifying results and seeing who wins the championship in this reverse qualifying format. This is on spectator mode. I'm not actually racing in this. This is spectator mode. 20% races. It's going to have the same weather as the races had in real life, or as close as anyway. Oh yeah, I've put some 2 straw polls. They'll be in the description of this video, and they'll be in the comments section. I'll put a comment with the links to both of them. One straw poll will be for who you reckon is going to win the Drivers' Championship, and one will be for who you reckon is going to win the Constructors' Championship at the end of the season. And you know, so please put your votes down there, you know, either at the start of this video or at the end of this video if you want. You know, put your straw poll, you know, vote in that, and I'll show, you know, at the start of the next episode, you know, who you guys reckon is going to win the Drivers and Constructors. I've got my own ideas, which I'll say at the start of next episode once we got the straw poll results. Yeah, and really, well, here we are for the Bahrain Grand Prix. As you can see, Kimi Raikkonen starting on pole because of this incident in qualifying.
Montoya, let's take a look. Here it is, down into that turn 10 zone, braking downhill into the left-hander, and there isn't really much to hit at all, is it?
Well, the rear wing had gone, but I think the wheel had probably knocked that off already. So that, to me, has all the hallmarks of a suspension failure.
Yep.
Yeah, no, but the right rear had already failed and then knocked the rear wing off. So, I mean, That is very worrying, because all the cars are going to be the same, the bits and pieces that are on them are going to be the same, and to address that out in the field is a very hard thing to do.
So yeah, because of his suspension failure or suspension damage, you know, he's starting on pole, wasn't able to set a lap time, so he should easily win this race. Ralf Schumacher actually was very slow, so I reckon he could easily get second. Then everyone else behind is kind of a free-for-all, really. Got Trillian Coulthard, Rosberg, who obviously performed very well in the real-life Bahrain Grand Prix, obviously his debut Formula 1 Grand Prix. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty certain he set most of the fastest laps that Grand Prix, so Rosberg could be one to watch out for. Fisichella and the Renault starting quite high up. Who else is there to watch out for, really? I mean, Alonso's highest, you know, he's ahead of both Ferraris, so we'll see whether he's able to keep that. But a 20% race around Bahrain. Let's just see how this goes for the first race in the reverse grid race season.
Don't go anywhere. Turn up the volume and enjoy. Here we go. The race is go, go, go!
Right, okay, I think everyone's got off to a good start. Kimi Räikkönen's still leading, obviously. Both Super Aguris in second and third. Has there been any crash? Would there be any crash heading into the first corner? I wouldn't be too surprised if there is. Fisichella's actually alongside Klein. I think Klein's been able to maintain his advantage over Fisichella. Okay, is there any gainers? I don't think there's actually been many gainers. I think Ralf Schumacher may well have gained a place. And I think he's got past Montero. Yes, he's got past both Midlands. So Ralf Schumacher's in fourth already, and as you look at the gap between E-Day and... oh, if I can get a good camera angle, we'll look at the gap between E-Day and Räikkönen already. And I've looked up how slow the Super Aguris were at this Grand Prix in real life, and I believe Sato was lapped 4 times, and then the next finisher in front of him was only lapped twice. So that tells you how slow the Super Aguris really were. At this Grand Prix, this Grand Prix alone, quite a few cars actually running wide there, but I think this has actually been a clean start. Oh, wow! Okay, I was finding out why Fisichella was so low down. He dropped from 14th to 20th, and that was on the first lap. You know, the second sector that is, and he just got caught up with Michael Schumacher. So I don't really quite understand how that happened, because that's the start of the replay, but Fisichella and Michael Schumacher actually got involved in a little tangle there, and that's why Fisichella's dropped 6 places from where he started, which, considering he's in a Renault, is very, very poor. Okay.
And Trulli is 8th.
Okay, Ralf Schumacher was all over the back of E-Day, actually. Ralf Schumacher should easily get past, because the Super Aguri is painfully slow as a car. And Ralf Schumacher, is he just going to get past on this straight? I think he should. Should easily, actually. He's in second place. Yuji Ide isn't going to repass Schumacher or take him out, actually. Actually, Schumacher and Ide, well, Ralf Schumacher and Ide, rather, both very chaotic, manic drivers, were able to go side by side without crashing into each other. That's massive congrats to both of them.
As the drivers start, Ralf Schumacher has just posted his best lap of the race. Last lap he posted a time of 1:35.71. That's quicker than Ide. He's been lapping in the top end of 1:38 at the moment. Ide is second. He's up from third.
I think... no, Trulli still hasn't got past that Toro Rosso. It's quite surprising how, you know, Ralf Schumacher was able to get past his cars very easily at the start of the race, but yet Trulli, in about, you know, in 5 laps, he's only really made up 2 places. So he really hasn't had that kind of edge, that attacking edge. And Ralf Schumacher, I believe, is retired, because I think he's just dropped from the order, so what on earth, we'll have to find out what on earth happens here. Okay, so Ralf Schumacher, running in a comfortable second place, comes around the last corner, onto the start-finish straight. Now, what on earth happens here? It's going very slowly, actually. He's pulling off to the side of the track. I think he's had some kind of car failure. There's not... oh, no, there is smoke. I was about to say it's not a lot of smoke. But there's not actually that much smoke. It might not be an engine failure, but either way, Ralf Schumacher, who was looking set for a guaranteed second place, possibly could have been his best finish of the season, has retired. As you can see there, he's in the garage. That is really unfortunate for him.
Looks like there's some drama occurring at turn 11. It's Clean. That's the end of
Clean?
today, and he
I think
will
we've
be...
just heard something about Clean, so let's go and find out what on earth has happened to Clean. Okay, so Clean was actually quite a way down in the field, actually. He was behind all of this train. He was kind of sandwiched between Fizzy Keller and the two Ferraris, so he kind of lost a lot of places, really. He was about to be passed by the Ferrari of Schumacher. Yeah, but Schumacher, it's a red helmet. So what on earth happens here then? Whoa, okay, Alonso goes straight into the back of him there. And that was definitely Alonso's fault, no questions asked. He seemed to go straight into the back of him, but we'll see if we can get an on-board view of that crash. Okay, so I think Alonso was actually quite frustrated by this point, because he was able to dive bomb it past Massa. Now he wants to get past Schumacher, obviously, because he's the reigning world champion. I think he just forgets to brake. Just accelerated into the back of Clean. Wow. That was... Well, let's just pull out a Beaver and Chipmunk, you know, pun here and say that Alonso wasn't being very clean with Clean there. And he's actually lost his front wing. Okay, sorry for that, cause I was struggling trying to find him, but Alonso, you know, in all of this, you know, he's completely damaged this race, you know, lost his front wing there. It's not going to follow him into the pits, but he was getting quite frustrated, dive bomb Massa and tried to dive bomb Clean and Michael Schumacher because he's been stuck behind them the whole race and he's in the quickest car. So really, I think he just got frustrated and just slammed it into Clean. But Montoya 9th, he's still the highest placed front runner, and Montoya, if he can hurry up and get a move on past these cars, should be able to get a decent finish, but it's still Raikkonen first, both Super Aguris second and third, and really, actually, there's a bit of a gap between 5th and 6th, so Trulli is actually looking pretty safe for at least 5th place at the moment.
8th is speed.
Okay, so Liuzzi's been able to make the place on Sato, and so has Trulli actually, so Trulli has now moved up into 4th, Liuzzi is now in 3rd, and Takuma Sato has lost 2 places in the corner there, but as I say, Super Aguri, well, I mean, Takuma Sato was like 4 times, and that's an engine blowout for Liuzzi! So Liuzzi, who was running in 4th place, no, 3rd place actually, was doing fantastically, he's had an engine blowout. That is tragic, so Cosworth engine has just let go there, and that now means that, well, you know, Trulli should be able to, you know, recover the points that Ralf Schumacher lost if he can just get past Ide.
Speed is 7th, and in 8th place.
Well, it looks like Montoya is going to make the move for 7th place, getting past the other Toro Rosso, Scott Speed, and I think, yep, Montoya's in 7th, so he's now in a position which will get him 2 championship points, but the Ferraris aren't too far behind, and actually Montoya's lost the place to Scott Speed. So Scott Speed, the rookie in the Toro Rosso, has repassed Montoya. Okay, so this is actually getting quite feisty. McLaren should easily be leading the... Oh, wow, there was a bit of contact there, I think, between Heifeld, Montoya and Speed. And actually Montoya, if he doesn't get past Speed soon, he's going to come under threat from, you know, the big boys, Massa, Barrichello, Fizzy Keller... Michael Schumacher's not too far behind. And Alonso's still way down in 19th. He's not going to really recover anything from this race.
3rd, Sato 4th.
Okay, Martin was just saying about how Trulli's putting pressure on Yuji Ide. I was going to say Sato, but actually Trulli is going to get back into 2nd. He's recovered the place that Ralf Schumacher lost from his car failure. And now, so it's Raikkonen 1st, Trulli 2nd, Ide 3rd, and actually, Ide's looking very comfortable for 3rd. Coulthard has just got past Takuma Sato, we missed there, but Coulthard could get the final podium place, but there's quite a large gap between him and Ide at the moment. So really, you know, this is looking...
It's Alonso! He sustained quite a bit of damage to his rear wing there.
Alonso?
He may be able to get it back to the pits and
Oh, Alonso's retired! What on earth has happened there?
He's out of the race.
Well, that's really ruined his race. He's had the worst race. Let's get a replay on that. So Fernando Alonso, the reigning world champion from 2005, has had a shocking race so far as he pole drove it into Clean. That was definitely his fault. But as you can see, Albers was nowhere near him at this point, and there's no one behind him. because he's running last. So what on earth happens here? I think the rear wing just falls off his car. Although Albers has an engine failure, that might be related to it. So Alonso just comes down to start finish straight. And his rear wing just falls off his car. So 2 cars were tied in that straight then. We're going to see if we can get another angle on that actually, because that's really weird. The rear wing just falls off of his car. Okay, so this is Alonso going down the straight. This is the straight, you know, just before the last corner. Now we got an angle on his rear wing. Now what on earth happens here? I think it just falls off. It's like shoddy build quality for Renault. What on earth is going on here? So down the back straight, we should just see it just fall off. Well, there's some oil on the track, and whoa, the rear wing just falls off. There's some oil on the track from Albers' blown engine, but that oil would, you know, cause him to spin out, lose control. That oil would not cause a front wing to, no, a rear wing rather, to fall off. Wow, that is staggering. Okay, let's just head back to the live race then. Yeah, no, really, the car running in last, thanks to Albers and Alonso both going out, is Mark Webber.
With just a few laps to go, it looks like Coulthard has raised his game. He might actually catch him. Ide will be feeling the pressure now. The gap is now 2.3 seconds.
Okay, so Montoya's right on the back of Sato, and I think Montoya's easily going to get past Sato into 5th. Meanwhile, you got Felipe Massa's surely will get past Montero, I believe that is. Montoya's into 5th, easy. There's no way the Super Aguri of Takuma Sato is going to get past. And Massa's got past Montero, so Massa's now in 7th. Montoya's in 5th. So these front runners, they've got to the front, but just a little bit too late, because there's no way going to catch up to Trulli, who's got a massive advantage, and Raikkonen, who's almost finished the race. Oh, wow, there's a coming together between Ide and Coulthard. And actually Coulthard has just about not sustained some damage, but really that is Ide being very dirty and very aggressive there. It's probably why his super license got taken away from him by the FIA, but really, Coulthard had an opportunity to get past, but Ide just about holding a podium place. I don't think he'll want to give it up that easily, to be honest. But Coulthard, can he make the move? Well, let's go on to Raikkonen, who's won the 2006 Bahrain Grand Prix thanks to the reverse grid, which has gone in his favour massively.
Across the finishing line to take the maximum 10 points.
Thank you, Martin. Jarno Trulli's in 2nd. He should easily take that. But the battle, which is really interesting right now, is the battle for 3rd between Ide and David Coulthard. Now, Coulthard, you know, this is going to be his last overtaking opportunity. He's got to use the power of that Ferrari engine. Can he get past to Yuji Ide? I think he will. David Coulthard has snatched the last podium place right from Ide's grasp. And David Coulthard is going to finish 3rd with Jarno Trulli 2nd. And David Coulthard is going to finish 3rd. Yuji Ide will finish 4th. Fantastic result for him in the Super Aguri. Montoya 5th. Massa able to claw his way up the field massively to get into 6th. Much better than Michael Schumacher did. Takuma Sato 7th. Heidfeld the last points in 8th. Montero, Barrichello, Fisichella, Speed. Michael Schumacher wasn't able to gain anywhere near as many places as Massa, Button, Rosberg, and that's it really. Raikkonen 31 seconds ahead of Trulli. Wow, that says a lot. One interesting race. I've made custom tables. I won't show the driver's table currently because it's just the same as the race results, but I'll put the custom constructors table now. And I don't know what it is because obviously I haven't worked it out yet, but McLaren should easily be leading it. Super Aguri might well be 2nd actually. If not, I reckon it'll be Toyota that'll be 2nd. And yeah, well, what an exciting race, really. What an exciting race. The next race, I believe, will be the Malaysian Grand Prix, and that is going to be a really properly exciting race. So if you guys like this video or like this series, you know, be sure to leave a like, a comment. Also, comment who you reckon is going to win the Drivers and Constructors Championship, as well as with the straw polls, which are in the description. So be sure to do all of that, and I'll see you next time for the Malaysian Grand Prix. And if it's even half as exciting as this race, then we've got a very, very interesting season on our hands.